Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 107. It is Friday morning, the Friday before Memorial Day, right? Memorial Day? Yeah. And that means that employers are ridiculous and stupid, and they release people a little bit early on the Friday before a holiday. Why? I don't know why. You're already going to have an extra day for the weekend, so why release them early? But we're going to take advantage of that. I blocked off my calendar for any time after 2 p.m. so that nobody can book any meetings. However, I have a very zealous, I think that's the right word, person at work who just loves to stuff my calendar, and I have a meeting at 9:30 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12, and 1:30 to 2. So that's a lot of meetings, and I still want to get some gambling in, because how are we supposed to make a living? Working a job? Don't be ridiculous. So I am leaving. It is 6 a.m. just after, and I am heading off to my first casino. And if all goes well, I will hit the first casino and maybe the second casino. Probably not. Probably just one. Hit one casino, do a meeting, 2 meetings, because the second meeting usually finishes early. And then hit the second casino, and between the second and third casino, do 2 more meetings, and then we'll be playing blackjack for a while. We'll have an hour or so, hour and a half, and then we'll hit the last meeting. So we'll see what happens. We have now totally recovered all our losses from Las Vegas, and we are back in the green again. However, we lost a lot of days, and the goal that I was going for by a certain episode number is now out of reach, unless I hit like a $30,000 jackpot today in the next couple days. So I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to continue playing my game as I normally play my game, and everything will be okay. I'm thinking about posting a chart. I think it's a pretty creative chart of not how much I won or lost, but how far ahead or behind my goals I am for each day. So it would be just like a line chart, and if it goes negative, that means I'm behind where I should be for that day in the year. It's positive, I'm ahead. It's a very interesting chart. If you look at the chart and it's totally flat, that means I'm making money, let's say a 30-degree angle. But if it's going down, obviously I could still be making money, just at a slower pace than what I want. Let me see here. What else? Got a lot of chips cashed yesterday. $6,000 or $8,000 in chips cashed yesterday. Still have a lot more to go, but I feel better about that. That's pretty much it. Right now it's 65 degrees outside, and we're just heading out. One of my boys was outside with one of his friends, just hanging around, talking and stuff. And I asked him to check the air pressure in my tires, and one of them was low, so I'm hoping that's what the shakiness was the last couple days or so. And I'm not on the highway quite yet, so I can't quite tell, but I think it may be better if not fixed. So I'll let you know about that later on. So for now, letting you go. I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So I walk into this place, I check the first 2 machines, and then I'm like, oh man, I know the back of this head. And it was a guy that I know, friend of mine. And I'm like, well, this place is blown, because he'll spend a long time cleaning the place up. And I said, should I just forget about the rest of it? He's like, well, yeah, but it wasn't me. It was somebody else who was already here before me. I'm like, okay, fine. And he told me that the casino has been doing some curbing measures to keep people from doing certain things. So, a lot of people that we know are missing out on a lot of money now because of that. So, what are you going to do? It's part of the game. It's part of the risk involved in what we do. So, unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. So I walk around, I see a couple plays, and actually they play pretty well. I'm up like $189 on my first half of my lap, and then I go around the second half and go through all that, and as I finish up, I'm only ahead about $80 or so. So I had seen a play that I thought was borderline, but I still thought was positive EV. It was a higher risk play because of the bet amount, but I decided to go back and run it, and I did. And actually, it didn't pay much, but it paid quickly, and I ended up leaving ahead $189. So, or $190 actually, $190. So that's not bad. I was only in there for 35 minutes, so plus 190 there. And then I had a decision to make. There were some longer, iffy plays that I could have done, and I could have spent some time there, or I could have hurried up and moved on to the next spot. And I decided to move on to the next spot because if all goes well, I will have 20 minutes in that next spot after... Oh boy. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. That was my wife calling. Let me just finish up first, and I'll tell you what she said. The goal is to get to this place quickly, and I'll have 20 minutes before 2 back-to-back meetings, and I can do those meetings on the way to the next spot. So I'm actually going to gain an hour by hurrying up and going on. So, yeah, so that's what's going on right now. That's her calling again. All right, guys. Okay, so the reason she called was to give me some news. And she has friends that are missionaries in Haiti, and they've been there most of their adult life, and they had children there, and now their children are missionaries, and one of their kids was kidnapped. I think it was a son and his wife were kidnapped the last couple days and by gangs and killed there. So that's what she was calling to tell me. And that is, no matter what, that is the highest calling that we have, is to spread the word. And more important than being a doctor or anything else, and it's just so unfortunate that somebody would do that for a living, not for a living, but as a vocation, and do all the right things and work hard and put themselves in a situation where they don't have conveniences that we do and all that, and it would end that way for them. The only positive is it looks like they were just kidnapped and shot and not hurt in any other way before they were shot. But Haiti has been just a cesspool lately because of the lack of strength by the government. And I remember listening to a local radio station about 5 years ago, which I don't do any of that anymore. I hardly listen to any news anymore. But and there was a hurricane in Haiti at that time, and the radio guy was asking someone in the legislature in Haiti about U.S. money coming there, and that hopefully it'll help and all that. And there was dysentery and all that happening there, and he's like, U.S. money is coming, and hopefully we're helping you. And the guy was just pissed off, and he said, a lot of the problems that we have in Haiti right now are due to the United States. The guy was confused. He's like, why would that be? And he said, the last time we had a big thing like this happen, you guys made it worse. You guys sent over aid, and you guys sent over food, and the aid money was given to Bill Clinton's friends, because Bill Clinton was president at that time, that they've built more factories and got rich off it, and the actual food was put in stores and sold in stores. So it actually shows that it was given to our country. There's labeling on there that where it came from, and it was sold to the people, so the people got no benefit from it. So, just being the strongest government in the world and just throwing money at a situation does not mean that you're fixing the situation. The best way that you can fix something is to do it at the grassroots level, to do it at the local level, to have people on the ground helping. And one thing I've always advocated for is not giving money to charities, but giving money to people who are in need. Now, there's some charities that we know are very trustworthy. I think Catholic Charity is supposed to be the one that gives 100% or almost 100%. There are a lot of other ones that give almost 100% to the right people, and they actually give it to the people directly. They don't just donate it to a third party. And that's the kind of thing that you want to donate to. But most importantly is to give to our local people, our local neighbors, our friends. Find out who's in need in your area and help them out. In the past, a lot of you won't remember this. I remember when I was a little kid, there'd be someone in the neighborhood that would be in need, and they didn't want to accept charity. So what they would do is the neighborhood would set up a party in their honor, and everyone would come and donate money to go to the party. They would bring the food and the whatever drinks and all that, and then the money would go to that person. It would be more of a unity, collective help party, type of atmosphere, and they would help people that way. And that's the only way to do things the right way. And as far as Haiti, if the government is corrupt or the government is weak, you either strengthen the right people or you send in people to help. But to just throw money at it and have the money end up in the wrong hands is wrong. So I'll get off my soapbox here. I have no ties to Haiti or their government or their people or anything like that. I don't know anyone there other than the person that I just heard about, that my wife knows. But no matter what country we're talking about, we have to be careful about where our money goes and make sure it's ending up in the right hands. So that's it. That's all I have to say for now. I'm hurrying to the next spot, and I'm hoping to get 20 minutes there before my meetings. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm just leaving this place. Of course, I always take everything to the last possible minute. So I'm just getting in the car right now. I've only got a few minutes until my meeting's starting. So I am just scrambling to get this done. I also figure if I could get in the car and leave this place about 5 minutes before the meeting starts, that I could actually have both meetings on the road and have the second one be more silent in the background, which is important because people would notice more in that meeting if there was some background noise. And of course, I dropped a bunch of my players cards. I have a whole bag of players cards, all mine. Unlike some people, I only use my own cards. So anyway, right now I am just leaving this place. I'm trying to find my headset to get ready for the meeting. I got it, and I am on the road. I walk into this place and immediately notice something that actually makes me happy and unhappy at the same time. Number one, a lot of the Advantage machines are gone. In fact, like the first 7 or 8 that I would normally check, all gone. Other ones have been changed to make them unplayable, and new games have been put in. The other thing that's actually on the good side, and I don't know if it's just too early in the morning or not, but no Chinese people in here. So I don't know if they all got kicked out or what's going on. Another thing that I noticed is a lot more security than I'm used to here. So they may be cracking down on people. Just like I said, the last place was cracking down on some stuff. So is this place. And I believe if you remember from one of my Vegas episodes, it looks like Vegas is also cracking down and doing a lot of things and having people walk around and see if someone is checking machines and throwing them out. So I'm seeing a big shift here all of a sudden. I don't know what kicked it off. But that's what I'm seeing. My meeting is starting in about a minute. I just want to tell you about what happened in there. I saw very few things because of all the stuff I just told you. I did find two machines early on to play. They were both small plays, and I made a couple bucks on those. Not much, like $20, $30, something like that on those. And then I moved on and found a big play in a position that a lot of people who know what they're doing, in quotes, say don't play it that way, but I know better. And I played it at $6 a spin and ended up doing well on that. And just with those two and that machine, I ended up walking away plus $287. So plus $287 in that spot, along with what I did earlier at the other casino. I mean, that alone is what I make in a day. So, there's definitely opportunity if you're at the right place at the right time. But right now I need to get on the call so that I keep my other job and keep that AV coming in. And I'm moving on to the next casino right now. And hopefully by the time my second meeting is over, I'm in the parking lot of the next casino and I can run in and get some stuff done. So for now, I'm letting you go, and then I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I'm back. So I just finished up my first meeting. It was only about 10 minutes, so now I've got plenty of time driving here with no meeting going on to continue doing research, learning, doing all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to mention something funny. It's amazing how once you get your picture associated with gambling, that all of a sudden your picture is everywhere. And I was actually watching a video made by a British guy about people who were trying to beat roulette in the 70s, and what they did and how they did it and all that kind of stuff. And Colin Jones' picture was in the video. And I would say at that time, Colin Jones was probably 5 years old or younger, if he was born at all. So it's very interesting that would be in the video about between 1975, I think, and 78 that this happened. And Colin was probably either a baby or not even born at that time, and his picture is in the video. So I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, continuing on here, temperature 72 degrees. It's cloudy out. It's bright outside though, and feeling good about today. And this next place is going to be the test for me. I really need to get in there and make at least $500 or $600. I'd really love to make some money off their slot machines. It's been so bad lately. I don't think I've made more than $20 off this place's slot machines in weeks. So hopefully I can do something good with that. Tonight, one of my kids has a baseball game late, like 8 p.m. And to have a really young kid to play under the lights at 8 p.m. is going to be kind of weird, but hopefully I'm home by that time and I can take him to that. And then I just got word that one of my other boys just got approved for a soccer team that he was trying out for the spring. He'll be playing in the fall for the high school and then in the spring for this team. So we are going to be getting the email. We'll be signing and all that kind of stuff. It's weird that kids are signing for an offer to play. So and then of course at least one of my other kids is going to be playing 3 sports this summer. So we'll see how that works out. And one of my other kids right now is at camp and should be home tonight. So interested in seeing how they felt about camp. So all good stuff going on right now. Hopefully we're out of the woods with the negativity and the bad stuff happening. It's all going to be positivity from now on. And I'll be back to update you after my next spot. Alright guys, as I am in another meeting right now, I go into this casino, look around. As soon as I walk in, a guy walks up to me and says, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he's from a faraway casino. Him and his wife came to this area just to like relax and visit somebody or something like that. And he ran into me in the casino. I said, "Yeah, you're not going to find much here." And he didn't. And I couldn't find anything. So I couldn't find any slots to play at all. I went back to the blackjack area. I sat down. Well, first I walked by and I didn't see anything because there was a bad double deck. There was a good 6 deck that was reserved, and there was a table that was opening. So I walked by, came back later, The one table was still reserved. The other table was open, but had a guy playing 2 stacks of like 500 each a hand. It's no mid-shoe entry, and the double deck was open, but my miracle dealer was on there, and she gives me a nice thin cut always. So I figured I'm just gonna go over there. I'll play with her. I got crushed over there. I got 0 blackjacks in 40 minutes there on a $50 table, and I ended down $2,000 on that table. Meanwhile, the guy on the other side betting the big stacks left. I go around to that side. It's a big mess. The dealer doesn't know how to deal. He's never dealt in the high limit before. He doesn't know about stay 17. He wants to take away the reserve spots for the other guy. He doesn't want to let me in the table because it's mid-shoe entry. It's just this big, huge mess. Finally, I'm able to buy in for 500, lose every hand, buy in for another 500, terrible, buy in for a third 500, so now I'm in 3,500, finally get my first blackjack, start playing. Sorry, they're calling me in the meeting here. Finally start doing better. I get 1 or 2 blackjacks, and then the count starts going up. I raise my bet 200, 300, lose both of those, and then rebuy for another 500. Now I'm in for 4,000. I'm 5 minutes late for my meeting now, and it's the last third of the shoe, and they have a thin cut at this place. So I'm playing the last third of the shoe. The count's going up. I put the 500 out there. I win the hand. Count drops back and forth. Basically, long story short, I win the last 7 out of the last 8 hands in the shoe, including a $600 blackjack for the last hand, and end up at the end of that shoe I had $50. Now I'm late for a meeting already. The shoe is over. What am I going to do? Drop down to $50 on the next hand? So I decided to take a walk. I go to the cashier. I cash out $25.50, leaving $1,500 in my pocket. I'm going to go back in after these 2 meetings are over and try to play a little bit more, but if it's all the same people, I'm not going to. I'm probably just going to cash out. Now, lately, I've had trouble cashing out at this place at 3,000 or more. They do have a poker room, so I'm going to try to go to the poker room and cash out the last 1,500 there. If not, I'll just probably walk away. But I only ended up ahead $50 after all that. I was playing for over 45 minutes and was 15 minutes late for my meeting. Luckily, there was nothing that I missed. And I finished up the first meeting, and then now I'm in the second meeting, which should be over in the next 17 minutes. And then I'll figure out what to do. The good thing is when this meeting is over, the shift change should happen. So hopefully the supervisor shift change happens too. We'll see though. So the other bad thing is if I had left down, this is one of the places that I rarely lose at, and they're always talking about it. If I had left down, the person who was there to watch me be down, the dealer is someone I don't know, and the pit boss is someone I don't know. So I would have had that loss for no reason. So it was one of the worst case scenarios for me. Not only do I lose, but I lose at a place I should lose and don't get credit for losing. So luckily I got back to even, and I'm sure I got attention there, but I think I'm okay overall. So I'm going to head back in there here in a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, I'm back, frustratedly back. Alright, after the meeting, I went back into the casino and was looking at slots and things and played around for a little while and was just about even. I think I was up $1 or $2. I was frustrated. I had bought in for $1,000 total on slots, and I was only even or up a couple bucks. I go play some other stuff, taking a little bit of a risk, but still something that I thought was worthwhile, and ended up losing on that. So next thing you know, now I'm down 1,000 again, and I'm like, this was just totally unnecessary. You know, it's not the way that I usually play. That's not the way I like to play, but I did. And then so I just kept on looking, and there's so many big plays that I made that I normally wouldn't do, but they were positive. And in the end, I was there for an hour without using a player's card, another hour wasted and made $17 profit, 17 or 18, I think 17 profit. So right now I am pretty much out of gas. I'm heading off to the next place, and then there's a gas station right near there, so I'll stop and get some gas and then figure out what to do with the rest of the day. Did not have a good time there, did not do great there. I got lucky on that shoe, but other than that, I was just getting terrorized by these guys. Like I said, I did get 3 blackjacks there at the end of the one shoe, and it helped bring me back, but I had nowhere to go after that shoe. I start a fresh shoe. I'm already late for the meeting. I'm going to drop from a $600 bet to a $50 or $100. What am I going to do? Where am I going? So it was the right move to get out of there, and unfortunately all I did is expose a big bet at a place that I go to a lot, and then without making any profit. So it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Right now, outside, 77 degrees, 79 degrees. It's still updating. 79 degrees outside, and it's still updating. It is mostly cloudy skies, 81 degrees outside, and I'm heading off to the next casino. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. As I am walking back to the car here, just couldn't find much in there. Actually played a play that I should not have played and won $82 on it. Other than that, there was nothing in there. And actually, I'm pretty down on myself for playing it. I shouldn't have played it. And these iffy plays, they gotta go. And if it means that I need to start penalizing myself somehow for it, then I'm gonna do that. But I cannot be taking iffy plays whether they work out or not. So I'm not like other people who have unlimited money. I'm trying to do all the right things at the right time, and messing around with stupid plays is not what I need to do. So anyway, back in the car right now, and I have another meeting starting in 9 minutes. So I got my computer all ready to go for the meeting, got my phone plugged in so I don't run out of power, and I am heading out. I am going to put a gas station in the GPS. Once I get on the road here, I'm going to get a gas station in the GPS, and then we'll do that meeting and move on to another spot. But overall, very dissatisfied with the way that today has gone, both with how much money I've made and how I've taken plays that I really shouldn't have and wasted time. So got to get a handle on that stuff. It's not like I'm trying to get points or something like that. I need to just do the right thing. And anyway, letting you go right now and moving on to the next place, and gas and probably some food as well, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I just got a bunch of news updates that include the information about the missionaries killed in Haiti. It's on Fox News, it's on CNN and others already. So looks like it happened last night around 9 p.m. and they grew up with my wife, and you can see where she grew up if you want to know a little bit of history about me. So very unfortunate, but I did get gas, I did get food, I did finish up my meeting, and right now I'm heading to the next place. At this point, I'm about 16 minutes away from it, and I will be back to update you once I leave. Alright, guys, I am back. So I go into the next spot and looking around, I see a couple small plays, and then I noticed I didn't have my player's card, so I went and got one printed. Of course, I've got 10 of them in the car, but got one printed, started walking around looking, and just had a couple tiny plays, and was ahead about $20 or $30. I was getting ready to leave, and I see a friend of mine who happens to be an Asian guy, and we talked for a few minutes, and he's at a machine that is about to hit like any second, right? So there's must hit buys, there's 3 of them, and they're all about to hit. And he's sitting on the machine on the right, I'm sitting at the machine in the middle, and this Asian lady comes over and sits to my left, and she turns her camera on her phone, and she's talking to somebody showing them the play. And so he's got like $2 left in the machine. Of course, I mean, he told me he's got like 30-something thousand on him. This guy likes to show his money. So he like took it out of his pocket and he's like, see, there's 26 here, there's 9 here. Anyway, so he's got $2.05 left in the machine. So he cashes out and he stands up and he scratches his butt and he sits back down, and then he turns around, he's facing away, putting his arms crossed. And it's like, I said, what are you doing? You leaving? He's like, no, I'm just messing with her. And she's getting all excited and stuff, and sits back down and starts playing again, and then gets back up again and goes to walk away. Then he asks her if she wants to buy the play from him for $150. Now this play is worth way more than $150. And she has the guts to offer him $50 for it. He's like, no, I need $150. And then he gets closer, he's like, no, now I need $200. It was just, he messed with her for probably 10 minutes, and then she finally went away. But I don't think she understood that he knew what he was doing. But he definitely can fire. He's one of these guys that I've mentioned before that'll take the play that'll take 35 or 40 hours, and he'll sit there the whole time and play it out. So he's not afraid of taking risks and not afraid of taking the time to sit there and do the play. Anyway, I got a play next to him actually, and my play finished up first, and we talked for a few minutes. Then I walked away. I found this other play, played that one through, and that one was at like 2 1/4 a spin, something like that, maybe $3, something like that. And I finished up with that play. I had $99. So I was in there for about 40 minutes, and I was up 99. And then I had some free food, and they changed the way that they do their free food. So now it's in like increments, so it doesn't show up on your card as $50. It shows up as $5, $5, $5, $5, increments like that. And last time I thought I only had one, and I only used the one. The rest expired while I was in Vegas, but this time I used it all. I ended up with 10 bottles of root beer for the kids, and I'm bringing that home nice and ice cold. And right now, on this wonderful, beautiful day that we're making very little money, we've only made about $500 today, we are moving on, and we are going to one more place at least, and we'll see how it goes. I might have some free food at this place too. With the holiday coming up, some of these places will give you some extra stuff to get you in the casino. So other places won't give you anything because they know you're going to gamble anyway. So it's interesting how these casinos deal with holidays. Some give you extra and some give you nothing. So let me see if I can pull up my offers here. Well, I've got at least $600 in food if I want it. I don't want that. I don't want to use my points for that. Let's see here. Today is the 24th. So they're giving me 10 smackaroos to play with and $20 in food. Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll see what we can do here. Moving on to the next place, $10 in free play and $20 in food. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So I'm still on my way to this casino, but I got a call from my wife, and she was telling me a little bit more about these folks in Haiti. And she said that the reason they didn't leave earlier, as they were told to do, is because they run an orphanage, and there's no one else who could run the orphanage. So, I don't know. What are you going to do? You're going to abandon the kids now? Look what happened now. The kids are... It's just a very, very sad story. Terrible. Someone gives of themselves like that, and the situation ends up that way. So, very sad, and I would, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I am pulling up to the next casino right now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. So I go into that place, and it is pretty busy in there. Not a lot of opportunity. I don't see a lot of slot hustlers, 3 or 4. That's about it. But all the opportunity is gone. I do make a couple small plays, and then one on the way out that actually took some money from me, and I ended up ahead $67. So plus 67 there. I also had some free food, so I used that to get chips, like barbecue chips. Actually, I think I was up 62. So I had $62, and then I got some chips and some candy bars for the kids and stuff for the weekend. So that's all good. I really didn't see anybody I knew. I could just tell who knew what they were doing, and there wasn't that many people in there who did. So I don't know where everybody is today, but I didn't make that much money anyway, even with everyone not being around. So I don't know where we are for the day. I suspect I'm up about 500. Let me see, 450, 5, 6, 750. So not terrible. 750 today, and then yesterday was a decent day. And the day before was an okay day. So I think we probably got our weekly goal. I'll have to add it up and let you know. But overall, was an okay week, a good week as a comeback week, and was able to get all the money back that I lost on my trip and able to add to my totals again. I really thought when I lost that 12 and then that 6 that I was on a downturn. I had just talked about, well, at least I'm not on a 100-hour downturn. And then the next couple sessions were the worst sessions. So, anyway, right now, heading toward home. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm just going to sit back and relax. And I think I'm just going to wrap this up. I'm not sure if I'll have anything Saturday, but there's a possibility of Sunday and a possibility of Monday. So I'll let you know when that time comes. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.